I am from Akron, Ohio. I enjoy growing up in Akron. I have lived here for 12 years in my present residence. It can be rough at times. The situation my life is in, it's a difficult life. There's a lot of stresses, mental stresses. In the past year, I've been hospitalized 3 times. I have diabetes. I'm a double amputee. I don't have my legs. And I tend to get these spikes in my sugar levels. Well, that happened to me 3 times this year. And in fact, in July, I was hospitalized twice. Right now, things are good. I mean, they got the right regimen for my insulin. But out of the blue, it could just spike. I do have a visiting physician, which helps. My sugar level was up to like 600 and something. So I got hospitalized then. And then they let me out, which I think they let me out too early. 2 weeks later, I was back in. And they worked on my insulin regimen again, and I've been okay ever since. I do want to stay as independent as I possibly can. I have someone that comes in a couple of times a week, to help me out with housekeeping and maybe getting some groceries. But I'm fairly independent, I believe. I don't need a whole crew of people to help me, but there are good days and bad days. Of course, everybody has those. I was in the hospital when someone from Direction Home came to visit me in my hospital room. And they said, we'd like to help you maybe and see what we can do. And when I got out of the hospital that time, a representative came to meet with me and set me up to get meals each Friday because I needed a new hospital bed, various things over the time. Before I got hooked up with Direction Home, I was trying to get a motorized wheelchair. It was getting much more difficult for me to use a mobile wheelchair. I needed a power chair. And that just dragged and dragged and dragged. And then I finally hooked up with Direction Home, and I got my wheelchair less than a month afterwards. I couldn't have done that alone. They've been a really good help, and I would be a lot worse off had they not been taking me as a client. They helped me get a computer. They helped me get my power chair. And most recently, which is very important, I had a person that was coming in a couple of days a week. She got in some legal trouble and quit. And I was without any kind of, house assistance. My caseworker got me a person, a dependable person to come in a couple of times a week. And that was a godsend because I really needed that badly. The idea of going into an assisted living thing, it weighs on my mind a bit. I don't want to be in that kind of a situation. In fact, I was about to do that before I got a computer. I was going to go and give it up and just move into an assisted living place. My case manager helped me get a computer. I was in the hospital on the 1st of July this year, and it got very hot in here, and it destroyed my computer. My computer was very important to me because I do everything with it. I pay my rent, order groceries, keep in touch with friends and family, and I had no more computer. It took a little while, but patience worked out, and I got it. And I'm back online, and I'm talking with friends and family. Pretty close to homebound. So that's a big way of getting contact with the outside world. The usage of the internet, I meet new friends, keep in contact with old friends and family, and see what's going on out in the world besides the 4 walls of my apartment. Like I say, it helps keep me independent. It gets a little lonely, get a little depressed, as anybody would. Now with the COVID too, it really makes things difficult, but I'm holding up pretty good. My caseworker, Jennifer Sneak, she's a sweetheart. She's done so much to help me. And sometimes just to call and just to say, hey, how you doing? What anything I can do for you? She used to be able to come by once a month or something. I guess with the coronavirus, that kind of nipped that in the bud a little bit. But even a phone call, it can mean a lot. It seems like every time when she calls, I'm having a bad day, and the day's better. It's always nice to hear somebody that cares and somebody that can actually help. That means a lot. Having someone that you can talk to that is obviously a caring person and they want to help And sometimes they even thought of some things that maybe I didn't even think of to help me out. And I'm actually her very first client. So I figured either it's going to blow up or it's going to be real nice. It turned out to be real nice. If you want to know how it's supposed to be done right, you check Jennifer Sneed's notes and things. She does it the right way. I mean, it's just someone who cares and actually does their job, does it well. And just to know that there's help out there, and that's one less boulder hanging over my head. I can get help when I need it, and usually it happens pretty fast.